Aloha everyone and welcome to White Shadows Spiritual Advising. My name is BriaBogatin and today I'm going to be talking about full moon modalities, activities, whatever you want to call it, things that you can do for any full moon. So when this is being recorded, today is September 20th, the day of the Pisces full moon, which I believe is also called a harvest moon. So before I get started, if you would like to support my work, you can do so by sending me a tip or a donation with the VENMO, CASHAPP, PayPal links down below. Also, you can find the information to my email and Instagram down below. Okay, so to begin, a lot of people ask me when can they do their full moon rituals or activities. So obviously it's, most ideal to do it on the actual full moon. However, personally, and this is all information that I have accumulated through my own practice and through connecting with spirit, okay? I don't take from other people. I don't really look things up. I pull everything from out of myself and apply it to my physical activities. So I encourage you all to do that. Take these activities and add your own personal flair to it. Add whatever it is you feel drawn to, or whatever your body is telling you to do. Go and do it, because that is your own inner magic speaking to you. Okay, so I think that you can do full moon activities the day before the full moon, the day of, and up to 2 days after. That's my opinion. That's when I do it. Okay, so you don't have to be all down on yourself. Like, I get people messaging me and they're like, I got too tired, I fell asleep, I had too much going on the day of the full moon. Is it okay if I do it tomorrow or whenever? And yes, it's absolutely okay, all right? Spirit isn't necessarily putting a timer on things, but you do want to be within the means of the energy of the full moon. And I would even say that the full moon or new moon energy can go beyond 2 days after. You might feel that for a week, even if it is going into a new moon phase, if you get what I'm saying. All right. So I'm going to start with my personal favorite full moon activity. This is what I've always done. This is usually what I do during the full moon. Okay. So get pen and paper and you want to write down 10 things you're grateful for, 10 things you would like to release or let go of from your life, and 10 things you would like to manifest. Okay. So at the end of this, the idea is to burn it under the full moon at nighttime. So for me, I like to write that down like at least a day before I'm going to burn it. So you're going to write it down and you can put it under your pillow. You can meditate with it, do breath work with it, sage, palo santo, mugwort, lavender, whatever sacred herb you want to light. You can put essential oils on it, maybe citrus or orange, lemon kind of essential oils, which are great for manifestation. Or if you are, really into the craft like I am, I have like dragon's blood oil, angel oil, things like that you can put on the paper. So for example, for me, I would probably put citrus and lavender. And then I would put the dragon's blood for releasing, protection, the angel oil to, get my higher power in there. And then I have an oil called Everything and Then Some, and I will think of something or something will come to me as like what to put it as. So it might be surrendering, releasing, maybe money, maybe energy of the law of attraction, things like that. Maybe the energy of the moon. Sorry, this car. I live near a road, so that's why you always hear cars. All right, so do that, and then you can put it on your altar. Again, meditate with it, whatever you want to do with it. And then the night of the full moon, you're going to burn it under the full moon. You can say something like, I give this over to Mother Moon to transmute and help me to attract, to help me to release. So the burning of it gives you like the physical sensation of letting go of everything you put on that paper. Because even when it comes to manifestation, you want to let it go so that it can come back to you. So you can say to Mother Moon, I would like to show you what I'm grateful for. I would like for you to transmute what I'm looking to release, transmute it to the Creator. And I am asking you to help me detach from what I am looking to manifest so that it may come back to me. I feel like that is the best full moon ritual that you can do. For me personally, I think it's very direct. It's simple. You can do anything you want with it. Keep it in your shirt, your pocket. Keep it with your energy. Again, putting energy into the paper, blessing it with your own energy so that it can be casted out into the lunar energy, into the energy of the universe. Okay, so some other things that I like to do is I like to take a jug of water. Here's my jug of water. Okay, and I put it out under the full moon. And what you do with it is I have a spray bottle, which I meant to grab, but I have a spray bottle that I fill it up with, and I spray my plants with it. I spray it around my house, and I'll even water my plants with the moon water. So when you spray it around your house, that is an essence of cleansing, clearing the space, bringing forth good energy, the moon, the energy of the feminine, make it a more harmonious space. So like if something happens in my house, I take that spray and I spray it right in that area. If there's something weird going on, I spray it. You can spray yourself on it as a form of blessing. And then the plants just love the moon water, okay? It's like blessed water you're feeding your plants, right? You can also take it and put some on the back of your spine, on your throat, on your head, things like that. Also something else, I know I'm just kind of rambling on, but welcome to my world, okay? So another thing else that I like to think about when it comes to the full moon is what is a full moon under. So for example, the full moon today is Pisces. So already this is going to be a very sensitive, emotional time and also very highly psychic, intuitive time. So during the full moon in Pisces, you want to think, what do I need to spiritually, emotionally, sexually, creatively detach from? And what am I looking to create that's new within those aspects, if that makes sense. So emotionally, I know I need to detach from that guy I was talking to because he treats me like shit, but also I want to gravitate towards bringing forth more romance within my life. Okay, so you want to think in that way because Pisces is the water sign, right? It's a very emotional, intuitive sign. So then you also know, okay, my dreams might be out of pocket during this time because of this Pisces full moon. With it, again, being in the sign of Pisces, which is already intuitive. So if, say the full moon is in Capricorn, you know right away that might be more so related to health, your physicality, money, career, things like that. So when the full moon is in an earth sign or Capricorn, you're thinking to yourself, what is pulling me back when I'm looking to ascend? Capricorns are always looking to climb higher, right? The goat always climbing higher up the mountain. So if it's in Capricorn, what do I need to detach from that's keeping me from ascending? And what can I gravitate towards that's going to push me upward, that's going to elevate me? During a full moon in Capricorn, you might notice that things are going awry in the job place, or again, health. The earth signs are usually about health matters. So you might get sick, or you might find a new superfood, or you might realize you're eating something you shouldn't be eating, things like that. So then if it's under an air sign, you know right away communication, and that can also be very intuitive and psychic. So you want to figure out what element is the moon in, because that's where it's going to be hitting you the most. Of course, also diving into your astrology chart. Now, when you think of the symbolism of a full moon, because there's a new moon and a full moon, and I'm going to do new moon activities when the next new moon comes up, or for a new moon, you know what I mean. Okay, so when it comes to a full moon, I always get the imagery of a cornucopia. And this is the harvest full moon, so that makes a lot of sense. Maybe that's why I'm picking up on it. But you can think of it in this way. The new moon, your cornucopia is empty. And as you gravitate towards the full moon, it gets fuller and fuller and fuller. So the full moon is about harvesting. It's about resting. It's about reaping something, harvesting something. This is a time to clean house. This is a time to clean your windows because some illusions or truths might be coming to the surface for you. This is a time to be clear in your actions, in your communication. Again, getting rid of old clothes, old knickknacks, old, switching what brand of laundry detergent you use. Little things like that create the magic in your life And that leads up to the manifestation of what you will be harvesting during that full moon and what you will be letting go of after the full moon begins to fade out, if that makes sense. So always think of the imagery of a cornucopia. So right now our cornucopias are full, so we're going to be eating the beautiful fruits and vegetables that we have accumulated since the new moon. Okay, so the full moon is also a time to focus on your home environment, to focus on what needs to be released and cleansed. Okay, so the moon is full, is going to get slowly but surely is going to get smaller and smaller, right? So as that goes on, you will be releasing things from your path and from your life. Okay, a lot of people say like crazy people come out during the full moon, or people act crazy during the full moon. It is because if you think about it, our bodies are made up of what, like 70% of water, and the full moon pulls on the ocean tides. So strange things start to happen during the full moon because the moon is pulling us. It's dictating our energy, our emotional body in some sort of way. So that's why you're getting these premonitions, these psychic kind of experiences during the full moon. That's why the full moon is like an omen, or it's an auspicious time, because we are made of so much water and the moon pulls the ocean tide. So obviously it's going to pull our inner ocean tides, right? Okay, so another thing that I always encourage people to do is to tell the moon their secrets. Okay, because the moon represents like our darkness within. It represents our feminine energy, which is the black aspect of the yin and the yang, right? So when it comes to our moon, it's like she peers in when things are supposed to be secretive, right? She's the light in darkness. So tell the moon, a good thing to do, write down your secrets, what you fear, burn it under the moon. Let her know what it is that you're feeling within, because that allows the moon's energy to step more into your life, okay? So another really popular thing is putting your crystals out under the full moon. I absolutely encourage that. That will cleanse and clear your crystals. It will charge them with the lunar energy. Also, you can put your sacred statues under the full moon as well. Like right there, I have Mother Ocean, and right there, I have my dragon. So I sometimes will like to put them out under the full moon and allow them to be charged by the lunar energy. So again, you can do anything that you want. I encourage you all to take these modalities and add your own flair to it. For example, when it comes to putting water out under the full moon, maybe you want to put some lavender in it. Maybe you want to put some peppermint oil in it. Maybe you know of a specific essential oil that represents our full moon and you want to put that in the water. Absolutely 100% do that. And like, don't text me like, can I do this under full moon? Yes, you can do it, okay? There is no rules when it comes to spirituality. I want you guys to pull it out from within yourself and not just take what I'm doing and follow it step by step, but to allow it to inspire you to create your own modalities for the full moon, for the new moon, for any spiritual event that you think you're being called to do that on. So another major thing about the full moon is that it can bring things to the surface, okay? So that can be triggers, that can be secrets, illusions. The full moon always pulls back a curtain, okay? So if you're aware of that, you want to direct your energy into that motion, into that notion, or whatever you want to call it. So again, making sure your own energy is cleansed, saging yourself. When people tell me they feel like someone's lying, I tell them to clean their windows, because that's an essence of seeing things clearly, right? Clean house that allows the truth to come out. The full moon is also a time for self-care. So you might find that during a full moon, you feel more tired or you feel more connected to yourself. And that is, there's a reason for that, you know, it's because your body is telling you, okay, this is a phase where we need to be doing self-love baths, where we need to be romancing ourselves, taking care of our own needs, self-love activities, which I have a whole video about self-love activities that you guys can go and watch. But writing down 10 reasons why you love yourself, complimenting yourself in the mirror, giving yourself that boost of confidence, tending to your own nature is what a lot of us feel called to do during the full moon cycles. Now, women, I always encourage women to acknowledge their yoni and their menstrual cycles during the full moon phase. Okay, so you spiritual women out there, a lot of you guys may find that your menstrual cycle is linked up with a specific lunar cycle, especially a full moon or a new moon. So during that time period of the full moon, you want to pay attention to your sacred space because our yonis are super connected to the moon. All right. So once you start to pay more attention to what is going on with your yoni, your sacred space during the full moon, you will start to see that your menstrual cycle will probably start to link up with the full moon. Pay attention to your yoni space. It is like a whole other portal there, and she speaks, okay? And she speaks loudly during full moons because that is like a major representation of the yoni itself. So make sure you're paying attention to that. Paying attention to your womb, your uterus, things like that is really important to acknowledge during the full moon. Some people think I'm crazy, but I don't really care. Women, you can also collect your menstrual blood and keep it and pour it out into the earth during the full moon. That is a really beautiful ritual to do for yourself. It is a way to honor yourself, honor your own lunar cycles, because menstrual cycles are an aspect or another representation of the lunar cycles. Keep it, pray over it, put some salt around it for protection, sage it, Palo Santo, whatever. Bless it with your own energy, and then under the full moon, go and pour it out under your favorite tree or favorite area of your yard, something like that. It's super empowering, and again, connecting feminine energy to feminine energy, yoni to yoni, sacred space to sacred space, darkness to darkness, because again, we all come from darkness, right? We all come from a uterus where it's pitch black. Our earth sits in a universal womb. So think about that. Our moon sits in a universal womb. So when we think of the moon, it is the light at the end of the tunnel. So during the full moon, that is another aspect that you want to understand. There's a light at the end of that tunnel. There's something coming in that is going to clarify a lot for me. There's something that I need to acknowledge on the other side of this issue or this problem. The full moon always elevates that and amplifies that for us. It lets us know what is good. Okay, and lastly, I would like to talk about tarot, oracles, and stuff like that when it comes to the full moon. Also, I want to throw in there that when it comes to collecting moon water, another really great thing to do is to pour a cup of the moon water over yourself in the shower, or take a bath and put the moon water in the bath. So that is like a really great way to get your lunar blessings, right? Your lunar cleansing and things like that. Okay, so you absolutely, yes, 100% can do tarot, oracle, or really any form of divination during the full moon. There's really no reason why you can't. The only time things come in like where you shouldn't really do stuff like that, I would personally say, is like the day of like an eclipse or something of that nature. Okay, so when it comes to tarot, you can do spreads like, I'm going to pull 5 cards and I'll like to know what I need to be aware of during this full moon, or what message does Mother Moon have for me during this full moon phase. What is it that I should be working on during the full moon? What is it that I could do better at in life and that I should acknowledge during this full moon? You can pull tarot cards in regards to that. All right. So, it's really simple. That's really it when it comes to like tarot and oracles. So again, yes, you can do them. Think of your own spread. Again, what does Mother Moon, what does she want me to know? What is being illuminated for me during this time? And how can I be more aware of that? What can I do to be more proactive in bettering my life during this full moon? Anything in regards to the full moon, you can pull cards on. All right, so I think that's all I have for you guys when it comes to full moon activities. If If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to contact me. Yeah, and that's it. All right. I hope you guys have a beautiful full moon in Pisces. And yeah, aloha. Have a beautiful day.